Hey, here we go. I'm the host of Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. All you have to do is kick off your shoes and relax your feet and stay connected to us on social media, BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is the CCO and the co-founder of Cornbread Hemp. Cornbread, hog maws, and chitterlings. We'll find out more about it. He's here. And he's here with us today to shine a light on the impact of New York's standstill on cannabis and the hemp legislation. So we'll have that and a whole lot more. Please welcome to the show, Jim Higdon. Jim.
Dr. Bob.
How are you?
Doing good. It's good to be back in the city.
Yeah, I thought, where are you right now? I know you wanted to come here into the studio, but...
Yeah, I braced my heart. I didn't get to the Bronx today. I'm in my hotel here on like 24th and 6th Avenue, but I was a Brooklyn resident for about 6 years back in the day. So it's nice to be back. I'm in town this weekend. Was my 20th reunion at the Columbia Journalism School, which makes me feel older than I feel. But it was a great opportunity to reconnect with folks uptown.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. Listen, how did you get started with this business, cornbread and hemp?
Well, it's wild. So I'm a native Kentuckian, and where I'm from in Kentucky is this Catholic region. And in the 80s, it was known as a illegal and outlawed cannabis cultivation hotspot.
Yeah.
In 1989, federal prosecutors held a press conference and announced they had arrested 70 men from my community on 30 farms in 10 states with what they said was 200 tons of cannabis. And of these 70 men that they arrested, none of them would talk or cooperate in exchange for a lesser sentence. So they had to throw out their RICO case, and all they could do is hold a press conference. And so they held a press conference, and they called these guys in that press conference the Cornbread Mafia. And that led to all kinds of notoriety and bad news coming to my hometown. And I came to Columbia to journalism school and left there with a book proposal to go home and write a book about how my hometown became notorious in this way. And I wrote a book called The Cornbread Mafia about my community being, kind of unique in the space. Like it was exclusively, these 70 men that were arrested, they were all white country guys. There was no ethnic diversity in this large cannabis cultivation group. And so noteworthy for a number of reasons, but it's still it marginalized our community, just like communities of color have been marginalized in the drug war throughout the last several decades. And the success of that book led me into a journalism career. I was covering cannabis policy at a fairly high level for outlets like Politico and the Washington Post. And while covering the 2018 Farm Bill, realized that there was an opportunity. So I partnered with my cousin, Eric Zipperly, and he and I founded Cornbread Hemp, based on the story of the Cornbread Mafia, to bring Kentucky hemp flower to customers all over America, including here in New York.
Yeah, well, cornbread mob. I know a person who invited me out to Kentucky, and they had like 2 farms, and they were growing it all over the place. And I was walking through the fields, and I said, "Wow!" Well, the plants were only this tall at the time, but when I saw the pictures afterwards.
Yeah, you were there in the summer. You were there like this tall. You were there like July, August.
Probably, yeah. They had a jazz fest and all that stuff out there. Huh. So you know what time it was. So
you need, Dr. Bob. You need to come back to Kentucky in September
and stand amongst it, right?
You come in September. We'll show you something you can smell.
Wow. Okay. So what's keeping the pressure on the legislation here in New York?
So, okay, it's kind of a mess. But don't feel like New York is alone in it being a mess, because it's a mess lots of places. There's just some competing interest. And hemp as we'll call it, as a cannabis stakeholder group is unique in this space, in that hemp is legal under federal law. As long as that THC level is below 0.3%, it's a hemp product, not a marijuana product, and therefore legal under federal law. And that causes a lot of confusion in states, especially states with robust and developed cannabis programs like New York State and New York City, because it just throws a wrench into the whole thing. So you've seen our sleep gummies there. That sleep gummy is a USDA certified organic sleep gummy with no melatonin, and it's got valerian root and chamomile and lavender in it. and it's just like really found a great market with people who are looking for an organic sleep gummy that with no melatonin.
Yeah.
So we and now we've launched hemp-derived THC beverages as well, and that's a whole new market that's very robust and is currently not as open of a market in New York State or New York City as we would like. We'd like to be able to serve THC beverages in bars and restaurants. We'd like to serve them in convenience and grocery, as well as packaged liquor stores outside of the cannabis dispensary system. And that causes concern with the people who have developed the cannabis dispensary system here in New York, that it would destabilize a fragile situation, a fragile ecosystem that's already been developed. And we want to make sure that we come in and understand the dynamics of play and assure folks that we can broaden the excise tax base, support social equity programs outside of the dispensaries with these products.
Yeah, but aren't they issuing licenses for this already in New York City?
They're issuing, as I understand it, they're issuing licenses for hemp beverages, but inside of the cannabis dispensary system. The hemp products are still limited to 1 milligram of THC per serving, which is far lower than a hemp product needs to be effective.
Yeah.
We offer 5 milligram THC seltzers. Some states are allowing 10 milligram THC seltzers outside of the dispensary system if they're hemp derived, and that's where we're hopeful that New York State will land.
What are some of the misconceptions about CBD?
CBD is has a lot of misconceptions depending on the perspective of the person who's misconceiving it. Like for cannabis aficionados, people who are consumers of dispensary grade cannabis, CBD doesn't seem to do much for them. But CBD creates a whole new customer group for folks who are new to cannabis. The top reasons people are taking CBD products are for pain, anxiety, and sleep, which is something that issues that we all have, especially as we age. And from our customer data, we can understand that our customers tend to be women over 50 in the suburbs and outer rural areas, from outside of major metropolitan areas. So that's for our direct to consumer customers. And then we also have very good retail partners. We would like to have better retail partners in New York State, but we haven't been able to get the guidance from Albany that we need. For instance, Wegmans had a nice, robust CBD shelf at one point, and I believe that's all gone away now because of the lack of clarity from Albany on this issue.
How's your company set apart? What's different about your company than all the others that are out there?
Yeah, our company is unique in a lot of ways. Primarily, we made our name with USDA certified organic CBD and THC products, which is really a higher bar than folks are used to seeing. Like to get a USDA certified organic product requires that not just the hemp is grown organically, but every ingredient on that ingredient list is USDA certified organic, and we're producing it in a facility that's inspected by an organic certifier to ensure there's no contamination. And so it's a very high standard of clean products, clean ingredients. And it's not something that you can get in a dispensary because dispensary products are still illegal under federal law and so aren't eligible for USDA organic certification. But as a hemp product, we are. And we make a THC gummy. That's the only USDA certified organic THC gummy available in America.
Yeah. What are some of the other medicinal purposes of your product? Like, for instance, arthritis or?
I'll share with you anecdotally, I have a skin condition on my hands, and we have a topical lotion that takes the inflammation out, like nothing else that the dermatologists have been able to give me. Now, technically speaking, Dr. Bob, we're talking about supplements that don't have medicinal properties. We're not making medical claims about our products. We're suggesting that there's supplements that help folks with their already healthy lifestyles. But pain, anxiety, and sleep are the support that people are getting from our products and from other hemp products as well.
Hemp does a lot. I mean, if you keep the name hemp, they dock boats with the hemp rope.
They dock boats with a hemp rope. That's true. It's a different variety of hemp, and you can see it growing when you come to Kentucky. I can show you fiber varieties that grow very tall, 10, 12 feet tall, And then our flower varieties that we grow for our products are short and bushy. So there's not really good dual use varieties. If you're growing hemp for flower, you're going short, bushy Christmas trees. If you're growing hemp, if you're growing hemp for fiber, you're going big, tall, bamboo trees.
No, hey, that could be a thing. You know, people could be ordering Christmas trees.
Yeah, they do. I mean, but they're good Christmas trees in September, but by December they don't look right.
Tell me something different that we didn't speak about.
Well, I mean, what's important for folks to know, there's lots of competing dynamics here, and social equity is a huge thing here in New York State for good reason. People have been impacted negatively by the drug war, need some sort of space in this industry, and we're a company from Kentucky. We understand what our role is in that space, but we feel like we can contribute with excise taxes on our products outside of the dispensary system. Can help contribute to the social equity programs here in New York State, New York City, and elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, you got the Kentucky Derby coming, right?
It just happened. It just
happened.
I was in town instead of the Derby. I got out of Dodge to come up to the city. I missed all the excitement, but sovereignty won, followed by journalism. So we had a good run this year. It was wet, sloppy track.
Yeah.
So all we missed was bad weather. It was good to be in the city.
There you go. Hey, Jim, thank you so much. Where can we go to find out more and get more information on your products?
Check us out at cornbreadhemp.com, and talk to your local assembly member about getting this straight so we can get hemp beverages rocking in New York State.
Yeah. Did the senator visit your farm yet?
Senator McConnell, no. Senator Paul's state director has been to our facility. We've had a couple of congressmen in our facility, both Republican and Democrats. We like to talk to everybody, and it's important for everyone to come see what we're up to. So we have we're always inviting folks to come out and see what we're up to.
You can see Senator Mitch McConnell out there. Hey, keep it just like that. Keep it strong. Hey, listen, thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bob.
All right, see you again. Jim Higdon, co-founder and CCO of Cornbread Hemp. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. I will take a quick break right here. I've got more open. It's all happening next.